In fact, funny story, when I was, for like a decade, I was mostly focused on writing novels and screenplays and every day at the keyboard, getting my 2,000 words in on the latest novel. I was very focused on that, and that flow state was critical. I made it a point to, and it still happens now, to remove all clocks or from my room. I did not want to know what time it was or anything about the passage of time, and which is great when you're working on a creative project and you don't have other obligations. But now, yeah, it's become a challenge. So I find myself getting super curious about, and it's really personal, like how another person, an interesting person, inspiring person who's doing cool things, how they spend every hour of their day, because we all have the same 24 hours, and certain people do way more with that time than a lot of other people. And as someone who works from home in this office, I could do whatever I want to with my day, literally. My own boss. I don't even like that word boss, but that whole aspect of time management and being super
Hmm.
mindful about how you spend your time and what's giving you life and what's taking from your life and those different things that you get into.
That's super fascinating. I think in the 21st century, we all struggle, or many of us struggle with that, especially those of us who are solopreneurs or founders or entrepreneurs. You mentioned the time thing. I do the same thing. Now, I love my watches. I wear a watch. Um, I don't know why that is, but unplugging from time has been something that I have always done. Now, with a flow state, neurologically, we get an increase in theta brain waves in the waking state, and that alters our perception of time. So you can get lost in a task that is pleasurable and be extremely efficient and low incidences of errors, etc. How do we bring that into a world that is highly demanding of our time? And I think the last time we spoke, we discussed uh, 1960s media guru named Marshall McLuhan. You familiar with that? Are you remembering that? He coined the term "the medium is the message." Anyway, so our story, our story patterns have gone from print largely to movies, and now they're moving to these shorts, videos where you and I are making a video right now, so that it's kind of this. It's changing the network of the way we tell stories, and that's also changing the workplace, and it's changing our relationship with time. And because I am my own boss, which I love and is also the biggest challenge in my life at the same time, but I love it because I have control over my time. And I spent years as a surfer, including 3 6 month stints living out of my van, traveling up and down the coast, and working at the same time.
Wow.
I was very early on in internet based work, um, how to incorporate the Zen taste that I got when I was living in Japan of when you're tired, eat, or sorry, when you're tired, sleep, and when you're hungry, eat. And how do I incorporate that into a 21st century lifestyle?